Let me recognize the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Arrington, to inquire.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, thank you for your good work and your service to our country. I think you're doing a great job. I hail from West Texas, and I'm known to brag about being the capital of food, fuel, and fiber, but we're also the capital of something very important, football. And in football, we have a saying that goes like this: the eye in the sky does not lie, which means at the end of the day, you can think you're playing well, you can think you're performing on the field, but the data, the film, the statistics will tell the story. So look at the eye in the sky with respect to economic growth and the performance of this economy under the tax cuts and the regulatory relief. Lowest unemployment in 50 years. Millions of jobs created, more jobs than we have people to fill them. Historic growth in wages and more growth on the low end of income spectrum than on the high end. More growth for the worker than the supervisor in terms of wage growth. Millions have moved off of out of poverty and off of dependency on government welfare to self-sufficiency, enjoying the blessing and the dignity of a job. On average, Americans are taking home about $5,000 more thanks to tax cuts. And, oh, by the way, tax revenues are up. Now, politicians can be skewed in their perspective, distorted by politics. And so let's ask the American people, because quite frankly, Mr. Secretary, those are the folks that matter most to me and President Trump, and I'm sure to my colleagues on both sides of the aisle. Let's find out what we, the people, think about this economic growth and their quality of life today in this great country. 63% of Americans approve of the job that this president's doing with respect to economic policies. 90% of Americans are satisfied. 84% of Democrats are satisfied. Over half of Democrats in this country are very satisfied. 60% of Americans say they are better off this year than they were last year, and that's a record. 75% of Americans believe they'll be better off next year than they are this year, and that's a record. Now, let's come to West Texas with me. Let's go to my backyard, and let's talk to some real Americans, hardworking, God-fearing West Texans, like Jose and Lane Valenzuela. Jose has a he has a company called Unique Solutions, and he does remodeling and landscaping, and he does handyman services. And he says that business is booming. He says that he's noticed that the jobs he's doing are not just for high-end people, but for middle-income and lower-income folks. His brother, Lane, has decided that he's going to do some more work on the side because of all this opportunity. And he's bought a truck and a cargo trailer. He said, quote, "There's no shortage of opportunity in this economy if you have the drive and willpower to work hard." Chris Seal, another job creator in Abilene, Texas, the big country, because of tax cuts, he's expanded his operation 35,000 square feet. He's added 60 new jobs. And the stories like this, Mr. Secretary, are countless. So on behalf of the hardworking people that I represent in West Texas, thank you for helping us restore America's greatness and restore America as the land of opportunity for this people and for the next generation of Americans. God bless you, and I yield back.